and you're small, and we are the rest. The Gentiles are less. And I tell them, first of all, you have to stop with that notion completely, because that notion, again, is going to be counterproductive for you. Because the way we understand as Judaism, that there's a deen for the Jewish people and a deen for the world. It's not we are here and you're there. We just have a different way of serving the one and only God. And that's the main point. It's just to get to the same goal, paradise, but you could do it in your way and we do it in our way. And it continues even, and as you know, we Jews don't go as the message. We don't believe like you brother that you have to be a Muslim and you have to believe in the Quran to go up to paradise. We believe everyone goes to paradise, so we don't convert people into Judaism. The next attack you would always get is, and you would see it here many times, Khazari. You come from the Khazars, from the Khazars, yeah? That you aren't even Jewish, you come from the Khazars. Now what I'll tell to them again, and I'm going to get to the previous point back in a minute, but they tell them again is, just simply open up your Google page, type in Jewish genetics, and you will see Ali Dawi, me and you, we are closer in genes on our paternal side than I am to any European that exists today. And I'll tell you more than that. That means within the Jewish religion today, we split into tribes, yeah? For example, I'm a Levite. That means my obligations within Judaism are different than a priest, a Kohen, and different to Israel. Wow. We still have genetics after 2,000 years in exile that you could do this test in Google, you can check it out, that the Levites have their own lineage on the paternal side, their own lineage from the Kohenites, and their own lineage on the Jews who have different things. So again, I say to them is, let's forget about labeling people. Let's work like Achim. Don't go to say that, we know what, you are Khazari, you're not Jewish, we are Semitic, we're going to use outside sources to prove what we want to prove. And they say, take it further, that you know that we don't convert to Judaism people. You could all convert to Judaism, it's a fact, you should know that, yeah? But it's not something we do because we believe you could all work in it. But from the other side, that they complain is, you've all converted into Judaism. And when we understand what the word Jew means, in Muslim, tell me if I'm right or wrong, the word Muslim means somebody who serves God. Submission to God. Yes, Judaism, the word Judaism means nothing more that when we went into exile, people said, hey, you know what these group of people are, who we don't like between us? They are the Jews who come from Judah. They are Judah, Yehud, from Judah. It's a geographical location. Yeah. So it's not the name of the religion, because we have many names in the Torah. It's called Bnei Israel, the children of Israel. Yeah, we are called Ivrim, the Hebrews, because that's the language that we spoke. The religion itself only came a name once we were in exile. So I wouldn't use my last name in my own house. Yeah, but when you come into exile, where you come from? Oh, and that's where the name Judah comes from. And as you know, brother, that we get along on many different levels, I think this whole thing of where we try to belittle others and to focus on stupid details, I think we have to focus and teach ourselves and all of us that we are so much better when we get along. And it's not if I win, you lose, and if you win, I lose. If we both get along, we both win. If we both don't get along, we both lose.
Exactly. Thank you. I think you brought some very good points. And as Muslims, we can't be hypocrites. Because like you said, for example, I would not like it if we're talking about Islamic theology and you bring a liberal Muslim to debunk my point. I wouldn't like it if you did it to me. So why, as Muslim, you're claiming that there was a Muslim here who did that, and that's wrong. And another issue, you said that for people to come and call you we're not anti-Semitic because we are Semitic. I understand, but I understand your point as well, because today there's a word Islamophobia. Why? Because it was created because there was a demand for it. Yeah? Okay, 3 minutes. I was listening to him for 6-7 minutes, that's why, just to let you know. Yeah.
So that was the point, he'll speak and you won't be able to speak.
Yeah, wait a minute.
I love when I listen.
So the thing is, I understand where you're coming from. It's not fair for Arabs to come and say, oh, I'm Semitic. No, that's not really right. Because it's good as somebody who claims that he's a Muslim, but he says things against Islam, and he says, well, I can't be an Islamophobe because I'm a Muslim. We shouldn't use that argument. I understand, but again, at this specific point, we shouldn't, because it undermines anti-Semitism. I understand that as well. And we agreed on the point of, for example, bringing individuals who are liberals, who do not care about God, to disprove Judaism or Islam is not fair. We should be consistent. So this brother who did that, I don't know.
We do know.
I do know him, but he has an issue with everyone. The whole entire. He has an issue with us. Yeah, he has a problem with all of us. Yeah. And regarding when, for example, God's sleeping, I think it's important for us not to do that, because it gets done to us Muslims. Somebody comes and says, "Oh, Allah is the moon God." So if you don't like someone as a Muslim, someone else doing that to you, why are you doing the same to Jews? And come and say, "Oh, you're God's."
I think that in Islam even you have a name, Rachamim, for God. Merciful. Rachamim, what's the name?
Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim.
Yeah. So for example, we would add the word Rachamim to God's name. That he's a merciful God, so it will be added to him. Now, does that mean that there is a merciful God and there's not a merciful God?
But today you have like radical Christians like Bob who come and they say that God's hand, we don't believe he has a literal hand, is another God. His face is another God. So they do that to us. So why would I do the same to you when I don't like it being done to me? And this is not right. And we need to correct our attitude here, yeah? And one thing is, when we come here and do Dawah, we should not have this attitude. And let me be honest with you, like one of the first 3 people that are going to enter the hellfire to our religion are Muslims. The one who memorized the Quran, the one who fought in jihad, and the one who gave in charity. These are the first 3 people that are going to enter hellfire in our religion. Because the one who recites the Quran, he did it to show off the people to see he's knowledgeable. The one who fought in jihad, he done it so people to say he's a warrior. The one who gave in charity, gave it so people say he's a generous man. He didn't do it for God. So if you come to the park here and your whole objective is to ridicule and mock the other person, you're not doing Dawah. Do you think God's going to accept that? They're like, oh God, look how I humiliated him. Dawah is not humiliation.
Any Muslim wants to do Dawah should watch Ali Dawah's channel, and they'll have the guidance of how to do it, because no one does it more adequately than you.
I think Mohammed Hijab,
Mohammed Hijab as well, a good friend of mine.
I'm just a little student trying to learn from them, but it's very important, and this is why we emphasize on this here, because I don't want to sound like, being humble about it, but it's a reality, is that we need to have civilized discussions, man. This is pathetic, I'll be honest with you. If I come here to ridicule him and make him feel bad, all I've done is I've given Dawah to my ego. I haven't given Dawah to you, I haven't given Dawah for God. I've given Dawah to my ego. And it's like Allah says, have you seen the one who takes his desires as his own God? To come here and be like, well, let me show people how knowledgeable I am, I'll bash him. You're a weak person. You're a weak person. So that's why I like to have a civilized discussion. When I asked you about, for example, last time we spoke, I said, oh, do you believe that, I don't know if I said you believe or do you believe, I should have said do you believe. Because if I say you believe, I'm doing the same thing. And that are we lower than you? And you explained to us and said, no, that's not the case. And I was like, well, that's a good answer. And I have to accept, I can't say, oh, no, I can't use this argument. What are you talking about? Are you here to learn or are you here to cause problems? So you clarified a lot of things to me.
And I think it even clarifies Muslims from their own perspective, and tell me if I'm wrong. As far as I understand, it is mentioned in the Quran that there was a time when God had a deal with Bnai Israel. Now, if you're going to take it that you consider that now that it is here and here, then you would say, and we can't say that about God, that God favored the people back then. And God never favored anyone. He created the world for everyone, just gave a different deen for different people. And this is our deen and that's your deen. So when in the Quran it says that God in history, as you would see it, chose a people, it's not that he chose a people above others. He gave a different deen to different people, and I think even that is
that's a very good point. That's actually a very good point, and that's from the Quran. You're giving the argument from the Quran. It's true that when Allah chose Banu Israel, it didn't mean that Allah neglected the whole other world.
100% no.
That is a brilliant point. Look, and it's from the Quran. Yeah, it's a very good point. Look, I learned something today. I learned it from a Jew, Aaron. He told me today that Allah has chosen certain people in the Quran, like the Banu Israel, but this doesn't mean Allah neglected the rest. So we shouldn't have the same thing by thinking that they believe they're chosen and we're their slaves, yeah? I have that perception myself. I thought that. Well, you educated me, and I know that that's not the case. And that's how it should be. I think you need to go. I don't know if there's anything you want to say.
Thank you. I have to go. But brother, thank you for everything.
It's okay.
You're working
and
great.
Anybody, like I said here before, if anybody, like I was just doing a video here about the podcast, the AirPods, yeah? And somebody walked in and said, anyway, some guy is like, yeah, I'm looking for these Jews, these scum.
All it takes is repentance.
I said, what the hell are you talking about? He's a Muslim, he's a Muslim. I said, what the hell are you talking about? I said, what's the difference between you and Tommy Robinson, who generalizes all the Muslims together? And he was persistent, he was like, no. I said, brother, get the hell out of here. What the hell is this? This attitude, and you're coming to the park here, and you're going to come here. This is disgusting. I'll say it again, and I'll say it before. I'm not saying it for the cameras. I'm telling you as what I believe. You get it? I'm not two-faced. It's as simple as that. You cannot do this, because we hate it for ourselves. Our sisters get attacked on the street. And
it should be condemned by every person who's human, who has a little bit of common decencies. If you have anti-Islamic phobia, anti-Semitism, any Black Lives Matter, all of it. We have to stick up for morality, and morality as human beings first before anything.
Exactly. Thank you for that, Aaron, because Yoel is doing science to me. Your friend.
All the best,
take it, Aaron. See you next week.
Thank you.
Take it. So guys, as you can see, civilized discussions can happen, and it will happen and will carry on happening. At Salam Corner here, brothers and sisters, we are here, and it stands for sharing affection, love and mercy. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, I came for nothing except good character. You have to perfect your character. It's a form of worship, ibadah, tawheed. Brothers and sisters, Tawheed is not repeating like a parrot. La ilaha illallah, Tawheed, 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 shirk, shirk, shirk. Let people see Tawheed in you. So today, we just had a nice discussion, a few clarifications were made, and that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Till next time, from Salam Kona, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bro, we need to fix that. I think I know there's a way.
Yeah, bro, it's that one channel.